Welcome back to Nick Lenz's Comic Corner Classic Less Known Classics. This is episode number 2132 with Doubleshot 2026. I have a Batman trade and Fantastic Four trade to discuss. First up it is Batman Shadow of the Bat, Volume 4. This book collects issues 32 to 42. Of course, written by Alan Grant, artwork mostly by Barry Kitson, Brett Bibbs, and John Paul Lehman, with the cover art done by the awesome Brian Starfleeze. Now, 33, 32, 35. Not going to discuss these issues. Why? Because I've discussed them before. 32, 34 are part of Prodigal crossover. 35 is basically part of the Tracker crossover. 36 is the first of 3 standalone issues in this trade. 36 is a Batman team with a Black Canary looking for a missing kid. Yep, that's the story for that one. Which, yeah, they have Black Canary dressed in this attire. I think this was just before, this was probably just after the cancellation of her short-lived ongoing series, and probably just before Birds of Prey started up. Yeah, and as for in the case, next few issues, for 37-38 is a 2-parter where Batman takes on the Joker, of course. 39 is a guest star appearance by Solomon Grundy. Yes, Solomon Grundy. 40-41 feature appearance by Anarchy. Which I think after that 2-part appearance, he got a couple brief volumes of a solo book. Then he wasn't again until like the mid-2000s. As for the final issue published in this trade, well, and by the way, that's 42. Because Anarchy, by the way, Tim Drake is in these stories, so you know it's good when it comes to that. So after the 2-part Anarchy stuff, they have something called Feedback, and the artwork is somebody who I have met, Liam Sharp, with Joe Stan doing the finishes here. This is a standalone issue of this random guy called Feedback, and of course this is just after Alfred came back to work for Bruce Wayne after he resigned, and apparently he didn't know when the trash was going out. That was really funny. Yep. Really okay issue per se. I think the artwork is a bit weird, but is nice artwork. I'm gonna let it go. But it's an okay issue and the trade here. And that's that trade for you. Some really good stuff here with the case of like Joker, Black Canary, Azrael. That stuff that was really good. But now moving on, before I talk about the next trade, which is the Fantastic Four trade, we're going to discuss issues 43 to 47, an issue of Catwoman. Yes, why these issues per se? They're currently not in trade right now, and by the way, the reason it's 47 because 48 was actually like in the Batman Contagion crossover. Yep. Now, 43, 44, and the issue Catwoman is part of Secrets of the Universe. It's a 3-parter. It's a mini crossover event. I believe this actually is the first one since Traka is part of. Those cross with one title instead of 2, instead of like multiple. Now, this first focus on Ratcatcher. Yes, Ratcatcher, who is an Alan Grant creation. Yep. Barry Kitson the artwork and Brian Starfleeze the cover artwork. Yeah, despite the fact you have Barry Kitson the art, man, this artwork is weird. Yeah, it's like, yeah, these issues felt like a little rushed. Yes. Tell me in the comments below, what do you think of this artwork on Batman? Doesn't it feel like it's unfinished? Yeah, it looks unfinished. So, it's basically also about Catwoman as well, with Catwoman in her purple costume. Yeah, fights Catman and then we continue over to Catwoman number 26. which, sad to say, the way the art looks in this book looks a lot better. Of course, this is probably a fill-in issue because it's crossover Catwoman. We have Catwoman team with Batman to take on Catman. Like, and you at least be like, wow, man, this artwork is a lot better. And it turns out the Catman in that costume on the right, that's actually an imposter. The one in the chair is the real Catman. Of course, Ratcatcher's here as well. Of course, you have Catman getting the crap out of him by Catwoman. Gets his cape stolen. Really interesting stuff here. And then, of course, we can conclude this mini crossover. Yes, Secrets of the Universe. It's like, wow, we go from okay artwork and back to this artwork again. Yeah, more unfinished artwork. It's like, blah. I like the story, but man, the artwork is not that good. I mean, I have no problem with Rick Hanson's artwork. It just seems as though it's unfinished. Yeah, it seems like it's unfinished artwork for these issues. Maybe if the collecting trade, they might fix this. Who knows? So, after dealing with the Ratcatcher and, well, they're working with him, and of course deal with apparently also Catman gets arrested at the end of the issue. And then finally, we have a different artist. Yes. Now, 45 to 47, these are quite interesting. Now, 45, we have Michael Dukesquist on the artwork. And you look at this artwork like, wow, much better artwork. Like, what the heck is going to bury kids with that artwork? It's like, yeah, we have the whole issue is simply this. Harvey Bullock is called Wayne Manor because of something mysterious in the wine cellar. What could be down there? A body. Yes, a body. And apparently he was unavailable. Yes, Harvey Bullock, a guy who was previously a crooked cop, who's now straight, by the way. Yeah, they find a body from somebody from the past. And they identify this guy via a journal, JTW, and Bruce identifies him as Josh Thomas Wayne, my great-great-grandfather's brother. So they're missing a Civil War, some kind of accent. So the whole issue is just basically about the backstory about this one character, which I found this to be really good. It's like, wow, it's like the whole story here is so fascinating. And, well, they basically kind of resolve it here. The guy is kind of buried. His guy's going to probably bury in the Wayne family cemetery at the end of the issue. And then pretty much in the way, issues 46 and 47 is a two-parter called The Shadow Falls on Cornelius Shark, with the artwork done by Tommy Lee Edwards, which, another really good artist. I love Barry Kisson's artwork, but his artwork for issues 44, man, those were issues were not that good. They felt like rushed. So, Cornelius Shark, just basically like a mob boss. It's an okay two-parter. Aside from the good artwork, the story is just okay at best. Batman dealing with various things trying to relate to this guy. And plus, apparently, a guest appearance by, of all people, the Penguin. Yes, when he actually still is right now, the owner of the Iceberg Lounge, which is a nightclub. Despite New 52 made a freaking casino, though I think other writers must have realized that, yeah, making a casino was a really bad idea. So yeah, it's basically about Cornelius Shark, this guy's rise power as a gangster. But it's an interesting two-part. I don't think the guy appears again after this one. Let me take a look about that, because I don't think the guy returns after this one. Penguin obviously does. Oh, this probably is a return for the characters. Okay, so he actually has appeared sometimes with this book. He's basically an Alan Grant character. So basically, he previously appeared in Detective Comics. First one was Detective Comics 692, 693. Appeared in 678, 604, 606, 2 issues of Showcase. He was a semi-recurring character in the pages of Shadow the Bat, and his last known appearance to date was actually in Winding Girl for a couple of issues. Yep, a book that was not finished. No, seriously. It was never finished. It was supposed to be a 12-issue max series and being split in half, but the book has been hiatus for over a decade, and it's completely unknown if they're going to continue or not. But yeah, this was actually pretty good. Of the issues, I do like the story for 43 and 44. Agents, I'm not a fan of the artwork. Catwoman is basically part of it. I thought it was a really good story there. 45, absolute great story. The Cornelius Shark one is okay at best, but the best thing about that one is the artwork. Okay. Oh, before I close out here, there's still one more book I have to talk about here. And that book is Fantastic Four Antithesis, written by. Now you probably noticed the artwork. Is that the late Neil Adams artwork? Yes, it is, with Mark Waid in the artwork. Yep. So, story starts out with a Nihilist. Yes, a Nihilist showing up. A Fantastic Four taking him on. And apparently this is probably during the time when Valor was still a child. Like a little baby. So, Agatha's asked to watch them. And then, of course, basically, like, you have Sue basically saying, "Honey, date night, last call. Be right there, sweetheart. There's something appropriations." And she's like, "Ahem. On my way." What did she do? She made her clothes go invisible to get his attention. Yes, seriously. She decided to make herself butt naked in front of him. And he's probably thinking, I married a hot woman. It's probably going to think back of his head. Then you have hijinks of the Thing in Human Torch with the pies. Then an alarm goes off because the biggest falling to Earth. What is falling? They find out what it is, and it looks like it passed like Manhattan Fires. And what is it? It's a Silver Surfer. What's going on here, you might ask? Apparently Galactus is dead. So, yeah, they have to go outer space to deal with Galactus. By the way, I love the Force symbol. I think this may have been the symbol they used when Mark Waid wrote the book. Yep. So, basically Reed worrying about their children. And I like the fact that Mark Waid makes one more decent than a lot of writers do. He cares about his children, make sure they're fine. And then, of course, then they find Gallon. Excuse me. It's actually supposed to be Galactus, but it's Gallon. The man is supposed to be Galactus, but power's taken away from him. He's basically been depowered by some other person. So then Gallon is in Galactus' spaceship. Got this robot thing who takes it, and of course, Gallon decides to have this. Okay, so apparently Gallon was a scientist. So basically, Magic gives them all brand new costumes. Yep. You're thinking, what is this? The 1990s with these attires? Yeah, especially with the tiara on Reed Richards' head. So they deal with all this stuff here. Yeah, then we find out that apparently Reed merged with the power of Galactus for some reason. So, yeah, Reed, of course, basically is having trouble. So they decided to go to Agatha Harding. Now, this is hilarious to see. Yeah, the giant Galactus, who is now basically the size of a human, sitting at a dinner table. And you're thinking, what the heck? And the power cosmic. And well, spirits, various stuff happening here, and all of a sudden Rhea just looks at me like, "Oh crap!" Darling, you're in agony. Did you hear me? This is suicide. Susan, please let me. Don't just stand there. Speak your piece. Read, we're the Fantastic Four. Don't tell me we're not strong enough to check my Galactus in some matter. So eventually he finds a way to basically free himself from Galactus, and you have Franklin running out with his baby sister in his arms. And of course, Silver Surfer helps with Galactus, and basically, so when he basically took his own body, he basically had a piece of his consciousness. Yeah, but that's the end of the miniseries, but not the end of the trade. Oh no, we actually have two stories from these two classic writers. From the late Neil Adams, we have Uncanny X 65, the issue where they had to fight off an alien invasion. And the very next issue, they had to deal with the Hulk. Yep. As for they also have Fantastic Four issue here as well. I love the fact that this, I've discussed this issue already, but I just got to point out it's a really good story. Oh, and fun fact, the aliens in this story do not return again until the storyline Maximum Security in 2001. Yep. So they will move on to, well, they say here is to start a new era of Fantastic Four. Mark Waid and Mike Windrog. We have Fantastic 460. I do remember this issue. Yes, I do. I kind of got my hands on the issue years ago. Mostly put just basically kind of like it's a start of Mark Waid's a run that lasts for a few years, which I've been thinking of reviewing that at some point in the future. Yes, their run. Which is something I've personally been so looking forward to doing because I love that run. So, there's some arguing. By the way, the story is called Inside Out. So, this guy works with the Fantastic Four, which, by the way, Fantastic Four at this period of time wearing these outfits here, which I think it may have been heavily inspired. Maybe the movie took inspiration from these outfits. So, while I work on access to the building, this guy basically is like, Cesar basically is like he's scared because he's on this floating nothing. It's like, so they matter? I take a job to court, I think I killed a guy. And then basically you have her saying, okay, normally only Ree gets close to me, Mr. Salazar. Yeah. I'm standing on nothing. It's a visible force field. You're just not accustomed to visibility. Here, try this. Go invisible. And he's like, oh, it's fine. I like the fact that Mark Waid writes are very quirky. And that's a really fun issue. Just a lot of really good stuff here for Fantastic Four. And just makes me wish I should really review this run at some point. And I definitely should. Because the run is so good. Yep. But the kind of thing for this book here is kind of basically, it kind of say Mark Waid's last story he wanted to tell, because this kind of set during his run because, well, Valerie is a baby, like barely, like not even almost a year old. I think currently she's like 4-ish now, I think. This miniseries is really good. I give this book a 10 out of 10. It's really good. It's just that damn good. Okay, so that's episode of you. Next episode's going to be Welcome to Steven Scormican, okay? Next video. Bye.